Look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, we got an article here from That Park Place, and it's got a good old headline that says Kotaku's Alyssa Mercante gloats after being accused of intentionally misrepresenting farm folk CEO's comments about gamers. I gotta tell you, man, it is extra nasty as a human being as a journalist, as what you say you're a journalist, to intentionally misrepresent someone. Now, I don't know if this is true. Okay. I don't know if this is true, but to intentionally misrepresent someone is wild. And you're doing it because you so desperately need to own the chuds. You need to own the chuds so bad that you're willing to take this man's words and twist them to feed whatever narrative you want to feed. Alex, the CEO of the farm game, he says, "Hi, this is not what I implied, and it's misrepresented here. I meant that if you're against natural breast movement, this statement applies to you. We don't want exaggerations, and at the same time, we would love to have natural, elegant motion in our characters' bodies." My boy Atreus got posted by That Park Place. Look at my boy. Look at this. Representation, baby. Atreus said, "You're stuck in a tough spot. I really think it would have been beneficial for you guys to take a step back and breathe before even responding to this controversy. Because of it, it was my first time hearing of your game, and I was interested in playing." Boy, Atreus, you know damn well your ass ain't playing no fucking farm game. Why are you lying?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Atreus, I love you, man. I do. You know I do. But there ain't no fucking way that your ass was going to play a farm game, Atreus. There is no fucking way. Why are you lying, bro?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
All right, I'm done. Atreus playing a fucking farm game. Who you lying to, bro? They ain't gonna play no farm game. Can you imagine Atreus out there with some Fortnite looking character fucking on a field? Can you imagine that shit? Wade in the water. Yeah, that's not happening. That's not, that shit ain't happening, Atreus. I love you, man. You gotta stick to Helldivers, Dark Souls, fucking NBA 2K, whatever. I'm done. I love you, Atreus. You can roast me later. I got cat girl ears on. It's easy. Just roast the cat girl ears. It's okay. Roast the cat girl ears. Everybody does it. It's easy. No, but seriously, Atreus is right to an extent. A lot of people would have probably would have played this game. But the problem is now we feel like you took sides. That's the issue. In the worst way too, right? Like nobody will be mad if you took sides and actually stood by it, but it almost seems as if he was trying to ride the fence so much that it made it too easy for someone like Alyssa Mercante to basically disingenuously represent him. When you ride the fence like this, it's not good against people like this, and it's unfortunate because I believe what Atreus is saying, where this guy, I think he was naive. I think that he clearly did not understand who he was talking to. He didn't understand the absolute disgusting human being that he was talking to. He just didn't understand. And he thought that he was doing the right thing by talking to a mainstream gaming outlet. Well, you picked the wrong one and you picked the wrong person. That's the problem. He says, my comment was actually directed towards the people who have issues with natural body motion in our game, not towards the people who appreciate it. I think it was intentionally misrepresented. Again, that might be true. And if it comes out to be true, as I messaged him I messaged the CEO. He said he's going to get back to me. So we'll see. We'll see what he says. But if it ends up being true, then obviously I'll retract. Well, I'll change up my my belief in my statement about this. But I do believe that he was unfortunately trying to ride the fence with someone who will never let him do it. That's the one thing I want to say. Somebody like Alyssa Mercante will never, ever let you not be political. If you go to someone like Alyssa Mercante and you try to not be political, she's going to do everything in her power to make you political. If she can't make you political, she will lie about it. That's the thing about all of this. She will lie about it if she has to. Everything has to be political. It has to be about owning the chuds. So now it says, when pressed by user None to See regarding the specificity of his comments, he stated it might be because of the limited English vocabulary, and I thought I expressed myself clearly. I feel like it's misrepresented intentionally. That's another thing too. You got a language barrier. That's a big problem, right? You have a language barrier. So she took advantage of the language barrier too. This girl, like, she's crazy, but she's not stupid. She knows exactly what she's doing to try to get her way, right? Well, I mean, she's a little stupid, but still. Mercante seemingly got wind of his comments and posted to X. I said this to him during our interview, but the Farm Folk CEO attempts to not be political are very naive in the current climate. His replies are very telling. You see what I'm saying? She immediately turned on him. She's like, "Oh, you don't want to be political in this current climate? Yeah, we're gonna eat you alive. We're gonna eat you alive. We're gonna absolutely fucking destroy you now." Now it went from this guy doing an interview to try to genuinely do one in good faith. It went from that to, oh, we're just gonna fucking destroy you now. It is evil. It's Serpentine Daily. You're 100% right. It is evil. This is an evil fucking way of doing things, and it goes to show this is the kind of shit that people try to say is real journalism. Certain haters of mine tried to say that this is real journalism. Really? This is real journalism? You're mad that I used that part place, but you're okay with this shit? This is real? This is fucking stupid. Then it says, she added, you got pulled into a culture war because you don't have a community manager who knew that titty physics wasn't the move, chief. Then you apologized. Then the titty physics gooners got mad that you apologized. And then I interviewed you. Them's the breaks. Bro, wow. Wow. Now, do you guys notice that they specifically target people that don't follow the status quo? So they'll target companies that don't use DEI consultancy firms. They'll target companies that don't use sensitivity readers. They'll target companies that don't have woke activist community managers that are strictly there to just push politics. And she had to just throw that in there. Oh, well, you don't have a community manager to tell you how bad the chuds are. So maybe you could have avoided this if you would have just hired a stunning and brave independent woman who needs no man. Maybe you would have been fine at that point. That's what they do. They specifically target. It's the same thing they did with Shift Up. Although I don't fully trust Shift Up after what happened, they still targeted Shift Up and was like, hey, well, you should have had sensitivity readers. That way you could have caught the hard R. You know what I mean? You could have caught the hard R before it became controversy. Now look at you. They're so desperate to want to own the chuds. And she says you got pulled into a culture war because titty physics wasn't the move. Why are titty physics not the move? Why are titty physics not the move? Are dick and ball physics the move? Oh, wait, you don't have to answer that because we already know dick and ball physics you're perfectly fine with. We've seen your articles on Kotaku. Kotaku shills for dick and ball physics. But titty physics? That's too much. I'm starting to believe that the women that have issues with titty physics are the ones who don't have titties to begin with. Whether by biological, inability, because they're secretly men, or whether they probably drew the short stick biologically. Because it's always the itty titty bitty committee, like they're the ones who don't like titty physics. It's the ones that got pimples for titties. That's the ones that get upset. I'm starting to notice that. Right? I'm starting to notice that. Like your bee stings are so angry that a fucking virtual girl got more titties than you. You can't see it. You just can't. You can't bring yourself to see it. Those bee stings go crazy. He took issue with the Mercante and published a conversation the two had in DMs. He wrote on X, "Hi, Alyssa. You've been using me as a tool against your nemesis, and I'm not sure if it was intentional or accidental. You misrepresented a few of my points in our dialogue. You agreed that it's all cool to have women's breast movement in games. You reached me for clarification yourself and then refused to share it with your readers." Oh, interesting. So she told him that it's perfectly fine to have titty physics in the game to lure him in. And then she ended up switching it up on him at the last second. Nice. Nice. Good job. Good job. She is literally like a fucking Venus flytrap. She is a Venus flytrap. The DM show Mercante reaching out to him, inquiring about him, describing her reporting as being intentionally misrepresented. In response to this inquiry, he stated, "I strongly believe that this sentence was taken out of context to support a specific narrative and a goal. I believe it's part of a larger context where you and I agreed that having a breast physics in the game is acceptable. The quote that you shared was my response to people that are offended by the breast movement in the game. I'm clarifying what I meant since it seems that it was taken out of bigger context and I probably didn't choose the best words to express it. I didn't intend to hurt anyone or call names, but it's being interpreted this way now." Bro, she's trying to ruin his company. That's just flat out what it is. That's how it looks. It looks like that she's trying to ruin his company. And she's trying to use his company as a means to attack the chuds.